This is our review for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, directed by Martin McDonagh.
Still no rest. How come, I wonder? Because there ain't no God and the whole world's empty and it doesn't matter what we do to each other? I hope not.
So this completed our collection. We have now seen every feature film from Martin McDonagh.
Woo.
And it did not disappoint. I've actually watched it twice now, and Poppy has watched it the once. I watched it on my own and told Poppy about it. A couple days later, we watched it together. So I'm a huge fan, as is Poppy. Don't know why I made it all about myself, but we're big fans of Martin McDonagh. Yes. Obviously, Poppy has In Bruges as her favourite film of all time. It is in my top 10.
Should be higher.
Should be higher. Maybe a rewatch. Not that we don't rewatch it enough.
Yeah.
We literally went to Bruges because of that film. Anyway, Banshees of Inisherin, amazing film.
Amazing.
Both of those 5 stars. 7 Psychopaths, a little bit less.
It's still incredible. I think the problem we just watched it too many times. The first year we watched it.
What, 7 Psychopaths?
Yeah.
Did we?
We watched 3 or 4 times, but at different points in the film. We kept rewatching.
Oh yeah.
And then I think we got a bit bored of it because of that.
Yeah, so that was that film. But yeah, we hadn't watched this one before.
No.
And not for a lack of trying, I was trying to get her to watch this for a very long time. But after I put it on, she was like, "Oh, is that what this is about?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, what did you think this was about?" And you were like, "I just thought she really liked the billboards and just really wanted to put some billboards
I
up."
just thought it was a film about a woman in a really small town, and she just wanted to fund her business and put billboards up, and the police just had a problem with it. I thought it was just this most generic ass small business indie town drama, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's...
How wrong could one be?
It's a film stricken with tragedy, and it's got Martin McDonagh's classic dark humour with it, but it's got a really tragic storyline. One of my favourite things about this film is the moral ambiguity with it.
Yeah.
It's just so... I heard Martin McDonagh talk about it, in an interview and stuff, and he talks about the point of the film being what's a hero and what's a villain. You know, what's a good person that does bad things and what's a bad person that does good things. Because you've got some pretty horrible people, some pretty horrible characters, but they're not just painted as just pure villains, and the heroes, Frances McDormand of the story, is not painted as just the hero. The hero says some diabolical stuff
and
does some really bad things and has some really bad ethical decisions that she makes. And then you've got the villains of the story, the homophobes, the racists, the people that you just write off instantly, be like, well, I'm not liking that character.
Yeah.
And then they show a more tragic and human side to them, but you've got so much hate in your heart for these characters. But then you realise that, I saw a review, tragedy doesn't discriminate. As bad as someone can be or as good as someone can be, things can change in their life. I mentioned a while back when we watched Sing Sing about the episode of Euphoria with Ali and Zendaya, Coleman Domingo and... I don't know, I called her... Yeah, you know what I mean.
Rue.
Ali and Rue and Coleman Domingo and Zendaya talking about what it is to be a bad person or a good person. And he talks about if inside, if your true belief is that the things you've done are wrong, then surely you shouldn't be condemned to being a bad person. You should be, if you have it in your heart that what you've done is wrong,
if you're
remorseful. If you're remorseful, you should have that chance to be able to do better. It doesn't mean you're redeemed for your actions before. It doesn't mean you're now a good person. It means that you can just try and do some good in the world after you've caused so much bad shit to happen.
Yeah.
And done so much bad shit. So this film is really goes into what's good and what's bad, what's a hero, what's a villain.
Can you still like someone after they've been awful throughout?
So many of you, if you've seen this, will get one of the biggest storylines in this, hugely controversial, but it's intended to be controversial because where a film would normally give someone, you know, a villain of a story, a moment where they turn good and this is what happens and, you know, we start liking this character because they've helped out our hero. Like, this is not that film. You're not meant to just take a U-turn on someone. It's not meant to change your perspective. It's just meant to make you go, shit, all of these people are pretty bad people, but they're all just, I guess, trying to do better at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
They were raised the way they were raised, in that, especially in that area, and doesn't mean that you have to like them, but you can still sympathise with the bad shit that they've been dealt in their life. Like, and
you can try and be like, well, you've been a horrible, like, vile person, but you can try and do better if you want, like, but you'll always know the actions that you've done. You'll always feel like, what, you know, the things that you've done in your life are so bad that, like, nothing's gonna redeem you, but you can just try to feel better about how you live each day as, like, they go on now. But yeah, this film was, like, really good for, like, delving into that, and I actually gave it 4.5 stars on my first watch, but after a rewatch I gave it 5 stars, and you gave it 4.5 stars.
I did, yeah.
So maybe on your rewatch you'll give it a 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that when you know how the film goes and you know what the film's about, when you rewatch it, you notice so many more little things and you pick up on things a lot more. And I think there's some really good, like, scenes, some really good moments, very well written characters, very deep characters.
Yeah.
And Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell's performance are incredible as well. I think they're both incredible actors, but I've never seen either of them perform the way they did in this specific film for these roles. Yeah. They
brought their all in. Completely unrecognisable.
Yeah, so I think it's a great contribution to Martin McDonagh's filmography.
Humour is great, it's really subtle, but it's there and it's dark.
Yeah.
But that's in true Martin fashion, I think.
Yeah, very much.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Carter Burwell, right?
Yeah, Carter Burwell did the music.
Yes, favourite soundtrack for In Bruges, and then he also did it for this one too. And he did Banshees of Inisherin as well, didn't he?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Might be wrong, but you should know more.
You're
the big fan.
Let me check 1 second.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did indeed.
He did indeed.
He did indeed.
Have you got anything else to say about 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri?
You done then, please? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck me, why?
I don't think we've got much more to say on this film. I'm pretty sure I just, like, didn't even breathe then through some of that. I was talking so fast. I think I was very, like, because it's been a couple of days since we watched it, so I was very, like, eager to do this review. I had a lot to say about it, so yeah. Sorry if I spoke a mile a minute then.
Passion.
Yeah, passion.
Now that we've seen all of Martin McDonagh's features, we will be eventually making, like, a video dedicated to him, and we'll be ranking them in order. Though I'm sure you could probably guess the order already. We will go into it a lot more at some point.
That was our review for Cool, so yeah, that was our review for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Let us know what you think about this film, or if you haven't watched it, do you think you'll be adding it to your list? Yeah, subscribe if you're new, and thank you for watching.